guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thanks for tuning in, and if you are my subscribers, my followers, thank you for listening to my videos. You guys, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my most devastating and at the same time disturbing stories that I wanted to share with you, because at the moment I am dealing with some sort of issues internationally. You guys, I got a scam and I don't know what to do. It's really shocking that I have to deal with this kind of issues. However, I'm really thankful because probably a lot of my subscribers here on YouTube are my friends on Instagram as well. And if you haven't seen the post that I made, I posted the sellers from Indonesia. So basically I got scammed from Indonesia. One seller there, he took advantage of me and ran my money, like didn't do anything at all. Bit of a history of this story. January the 18th, that's midnight, I don't know what got into my head that I am really adamant or purchase the plant internationally. And I came across to this page on Instagram. It's called Monstera official shop, something like that. I don't really tend to go, buy variegation anymore because it's quite hard to look out for them, and at the same time it's really pricey. But then I checked his account and it looks legit. A lot of people are commenting and he got some reviews as well. But I didn't really kind of, dig deep onto it. So I just kind of browse it and I said, maybe I'll try because it looks so legit and it's so cheap compared to the plants that I am seeing in different sellers. So January the 18th, that's midnight. It says on the Instagram page, send message on WhatsApp for a quick response, something like that. So I downloaded the WhatsApp and then I sent a message to that person. And I said, I have all the conversations we had. Good thing that, I screenshot and at the same time I did the video screening on the phone as well, because I don't know, it's just like something is telling me that something is not right, but I'm not really trusting my gut. So the first conversation we had, hey, would like to ask if you sell monstera albo and ship it to Canada. And then the seller says yes, and then he started sending me all the prices of the monstera, and from top to bottom, it's like, it's not really sequence, there is no sequence I should say, but from top it started with 1046, and then it goes down to 700, goes down to 348, and it goes down to 140, and it goes down to 210, and it went back to 383 and stuff. So I'm like, oh my god, these are so cheap compared to getting the plants. And these, like you guys are seeing it on the screen, I'm gonna share this in here. These plants here are very beautiful. And then I asked the seller, will you be sending the same photo? And do you need an import permit as well? Because you guys know, if you don't have an import permit, especially nowadays, a lot of plant sellers, a lot of plant beginner, plant people are buying plants or uncommon plants internationally. They have an import permit. So the seller says, of course, it's the same photo. And he asked me, do you have import permit? And I said, I do have, where should I send the information? And then it went back to like Adan Sonia. He deleted some messages in here that I couldn't remember what is this. So in WhatsApp, you can actually deleted the conversation between, I believe, between individual, like on your end or in his end, or like together. So once the person deleted it, you will no longer be seeing it on the chat. He says, take a look at the add-on YAYAH plant and then send me the information later. So he sent all the photos of the add-on YAYAH, and I was like, oh my god, these are so beautiful and these are so cheap compared to the plants that you will be seeing here in Canada, in the US, in different countries. So I'm like, I was so gullible to fall into his trap. Like, I'm not thinking, especially that's like midnight and it goes like, my nerve was like so hyper that I got so excited, I don't know what to do. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy this, even though I don't have money. So yeah, it ended up, I said, I'm getting this plan. So I chose the $70 for one leaf. So he sent me a video and I'm like, oh wow, he got a lot of, he got, I'm not sure if he is a woman or a man, but I'm gonna tell you later on the name of the person. So if you guys are watching Indonesian people, plant people from Indonesia, you probably know this person. Just be careful and be mindful about this seller. Or I don't know if this is a legit seller. So I said I will get the $70, and then he says okay, down to the 3 plants that I wanted to get. And actually he sent me a photo. It's a synapses bonus for you, as he says, and I'll be showing you the picture here as well. And you guys, it is a variegated synapses pothos, which he's giving it to me for free. He says it's a bonus. So I'm like, I wasn't even thinking about, he's giving me the plant, the monstera one, for only $383, and then the Adansonii for $70. And then the other Adansonii that I wanted to get from him is the yellow version, like yellow variegation, and then he's gonna give me a bonus for another variegation plant. So I'm like, I'm not really thinking why it's so cheap. You know what I mean? If you guys are a lover of variegation or variegated plants, you probably know that variegated plants are quite pricey, like really pricey, aside from Anthurium plants. But here I am, not really thinking. I don't know what got into my head, like I said. I don't know, like, I feel hypnotized, that kind of feeling that I didn't really realize until I'm gonna tell you later on how I realized everything. So he sent me the name of the person, da 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 da, and then I asked him how long is the shipping process, and he says 1 to 5 days arrive, and then send me your permit. And I said, sorry, it's midnight in here. I'll have to look for my import permit. It's gonna be my first time sending money to the bank that he's saying. The bank is called BTPN. And I told him, let me figure it out. I'll send my import permit ASAP. He told me right away, for payment, you can transfer via Western Union. Transfer by bank. Don't cash, because money must be received directly in our account. And I said, great, that's better because I have a Western Union account. And then he says, okay, include the proof of transfer when it's been sent. Please finish. So I said, no worries, I'll send it via Western. Let me find my import permit. And thanks a lot, hang tight, I'll be right back. He says, isn't there always an import permit? And I said, I do. Like, I know I have to, provide an import permit in order for me to buy plants internationally, because that's the law, you know what I mean? And then I said, but I have to check it on my email. Like, I don't have it on on hand. It's been a while that I haven't purchased internationally after, or no, before pandemic. I haven't been, importing plants aside from Ecuador, which is the tropical one. Is it tropical? Somewhere, I'm gonna link the name. Oh my god, my head is out of nowhere at the moment. I don't know what I'm thinking. So he says without an import permit, it's okay. So he says without an import permit, it's okay, because the import license can use our license. So I was like, so he says, so when will the payment for the purchase be completed? So basically, he is actually kind of pushing me to send the money right away. Like, he's very adamant to get the money, the whatever he wants. He's really adamant to get it. And I said, are you sure? I don't have to send you an import permit. And if that's so, I can make the payment now. I'm like, oh my god, what am I thinking? I didn't even think about, hold on, I have to send my import permit first. And I don't know, like, oh my god, I'm just nuts that night. Then he says yes, because previously I sent to Canada. That's my daughter's voice, sorry. Says previously I sent to Canada and the Philippines without a permit, and it used my permit. Okay, so if you send to Canada and to the Philippines and no one sent you an import permit and you use your own permit, I don't know if that's valid, because it, as a seller internationally, you have a FIDO certificate. Like, it has to be checked at customs or whatever, national bureau, food, whatever, in your country before you can get a FIDO certificate. And if you have a permit, maybe a permit of, a big seller, like a big garden store or whatever, that you have to get a certain permit. But I don't think that's an import permit, because import permit, that's must be coming from the buyer, not from the seller. That's what I know, and correct me if I'm wrong. Anyhow, and I said, okay, as long as there's no problem, I will send the money. I'm like, I will send the payment right away. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not really thinking about it. And he says, all safe. And then I asked the guy, because usually when you buy plants internationally, you have to pay US dollar, like in a form of US dollar, not in your, Canadian or whatever conversion. You guys, you have to remember this. He says 383 includes phytosanitary and import permit. You will only receive properly. You will only receive properly. I don't really know what he meant by that. And what I was really excited about is him telling me that the 383 phytosanitary and import certificate are included without me sending my import permit. So I said, great, I'm so excited. And then he says, yes, please complete your payment. After we receive your order, we will process it as soon as possible. To cut it short, I sent the first transaction. Like, I sent the money. So in Canadian dollars, I had to pay 495 and something, because you have to convert the 383 US dollar to Canadian. So it's like, it's more money compared to US, which it sucks. Like, it really, really sucks. He gave me the name, the account number, the name of the bank, blah 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 blah. So the name of the person is YAYAH Alfiah. I'm gonna be posting the name in here on the screen so you guys can see if you guys know this person, or I'm not sure really if that person is legit. I checked the name YAYAH ALFIAH on Facebook and one person came up, so I'm not sure if that's the person, but he's a woman, but that person is a woman though, so I'm not really sure if I'm dealing with a woman or a man. I didn't really bother asking because I'm nuts and I wasn't thinking that night. So yes, it's my carelessness, I guess, and ignorance, and just name it, like I'm not really thinking anything that night. Okay, so after the payment, and I said send, and he says, I'm not saying if I'm saying it right, like he or she, that person sent me the email address as well, and then that person says let's wait for the money to arrive. And then I checked my Western Union. Right after I send the money, it's already completed, like in just like a snap, it's already completed. So that means it's already there in that person's account. So I'm like, okay, that's fine, you know, I already paid for it. I'm just gonna be waiting for the plan to arrive, and that's it. That's how I feel. It says, I processed the plan, you can wait a while. And I said, thanks so much. What's your name, by the way? Is it Yaya? And that person says yes. And right after that, he offered me a monstera mint. He says, do you like monstera mint? And I said, yes, I'd really want to have one as well. So I was like thinking, okay, so the monstera abo that I purchased is, I guess, he will be changing it to monstera mint, because it says here, I'll give you $210 for you, and there's a symbol that like shh, and he says just for you. And I'm like, thanks so much, oh my god, that is so cheap. And I said I can't wait for the plans to arrive. And then suddenly he says, yes, please order that too. I'm like, oh boy. So I was like thinking, he's, you know, offering or initiating another plan to me, basically. And then he showed me, but before that he says, because, yes, please order that too if you want it, because if it's starting tomorrow, I race. So basically he's trying to say that, hey, this is the plan and I'm offering it to you for $210, and if you don't get it today, it will be raised up the price tomorrow for $500. So I'm like, okay. And then he says, this bonus again if you order. And I'm not really sure what kind of, you know, plan is this. I think this is another synapses, but in a yellow variegation, like I don't know, variegated synapses. And I said, oh boy, you should have told me earlier. I'll have to wait by now, maybe after 2 weeks. Wow, I have a lot of money, because I took the money from my hubby. So I kind of pretended and lied to him that I took the money to Mike, from Mike. And I said, how do you make your plants variegated? I'm so curious, because he showed me a video of the, you know, the plants. And then he says, we have a lot. Okay, so don't take that mint. Don't let you regret not taking it, because tomorrow can be very high, 500 to 1,000. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that person is like giving me ultimatum. You know what I mean? Like he's telling me, if you don't get this one, it's up to you. You know, it's gonna be, the price is gonna be high tomorrow, and you're gonna be sorry because you didn't get it now. Like, okay. So he says, we are ready to wait for the next order, and please wait for your planned process. So he says the first one, when I paid the first money he asked me, the plan was already processed. And now he's saying, please wait for your plan process. And I'm like, I know, it's okay, I can wait for now. Don't worry, I'll buy more in the future. No worries, I'll sit and relax. I trust you and thanks so much for your business. And then after, what was that? Like after 2 hours, 3:11 in the morning, he sent me, hello, excuse me, there is a plan insurance fee and must be finished. So I'm like, oh my god, I have to pay another money? And I said, hello, thank you for keeping me posted, but how much is the plan issue fee? And I'll be paying that when I arrive here, right? Because normally from DHL, from before, I had to pay the tax and duties if the seller from international different places did not pay the tax and duties or reported the tax and duties. So you have to pay it at customs. But that's not the case. He said, pay your crop insurance for $69. Keep your plan safe and secure. Please send to the previous account 24 minutes to live. Or 24 minutes to go live, sorry. And then I said, sorry, I'm not sure if I'm understanding this. Is it okay if I don't have to pay for the fee? And it will be dangerous. He says, it will be dangerous because it is checked by customs. And I said, oh, okay, so if I pay it now, I don't have to pay any fee here in Canada customs, correct? And he says, yes. No, because this is insurance from Indonesia to send to Canada. So he said yes, and then no, because this is insurance from Indonesia to send to Canada. And I said, how much is it for Indonesian money? It's 1,000,000, so it's like 1 million. I paid 91 US dollar for that. And he says, please wait a moment, we'll get on the plane. Wow. So the plan was processing, and then after I paid the second issue insurance fee, they're getting on the plane. That's how quick it is, which I'm not really thinking, like, what's going on? Like, I don't know. I don't know what I am thinking that moment. And then I asked the person, I said, the plan will be here by Friday the latest, correct? And he says, estimated Saturday. So I said, yay, thanks so much. I can't wait. So we'll be getting the information for the shipment. And then that's around after 5 o'clock. I woke up because you guys, I did not sleep until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, which normally I don't really sleep because my shift is night shift. But since I don't have work, and I'm very excited to get the plan that I really want, and I did not sleep like until 5 in the morning. I went to bed around like 5-ish, like 5:45, and I had to wake up because Mackenzie has to go to school that time. And then I said 8 o'clock in the morning, I said, hello, any update? And he showed me a photo of a DHL plane. I don't know, I guess some people bring stuff, and here we go again, you guys. He's asking me another fee. He says there is an additional fee for 104 US dollar for your customs clearance and Canadian custom. I thought it's already been cleared, from the second time around that he asked me money. And I was like, oh boy, can I pay that here at the customs? I don't have enough money anymore. Like, I don't have any more money in my account. So Canadian customs won't check and hold your crops. I'm like, I'm not really understanding this person's message to me, because I don't know. He was like saying to me that, sorry, you have to transfer because customs wants to confirm your payment. We will see the customs that you have paid. And that kind of started the I said, can you transfer when it arrives here and I'll pay it in my end? I don't have enough money in my account. I've dealt with customs before and hopefully it's not that hard. And then I said, could you do that for me? And usually I had to pay $25 only, but I've never paid $100. So he says, sorry, the payment must be from you because customs wants to confirm with you. Okay, so I said, okay, I can pay with that. So to cut it off again, sorry guys, it's too long. Well, like our conversation, basically he was trying to push me to send him money again, and it ended up in the last message I said, how much for Canadian dollars? And he says 1,500, like 1500 and then 3 zeros. And I'm like, wait, that's too much. Like you're asking me $104 US, 104 US dollars, and then I did it myself because I wasn't thinking about doing the conversion myself. I gave everything to him, like I let him do things for myself. I don't know, like honestly, gosh, I feel like I'm hypnotized that night. Oh, you guys, he sent me another photo. It says preparation. So I'm like, you have to send me first this money and then I will give you an update as soon as you send another money. So he sent me this photo here, a photo of the plane, and then we'll get my transaction control number as well. Like I'm asking him now, but because after all the conversations we had from the first and then in the middle part, I've never seen from his end to send me any information about the control number, transaction number from DHL, the invoice, whatever, any papers. Like I'm the one who's given and given and given, but I'm not getting in return. And then he sent me a message again. He says hello, and I said hi there, any update? And he says there is an additional payment for, and then I said, are you kidding me? Like literally, are you kidding me? And then he says issuance of receipts and phytosanitary and issuance of tracking numbers and issuance of your permit import certificate worth 278 US dollar for guarantee. Wow. Wow. Like, where is my head? Like, I cannot believe this is happening. And then I told him, you haven't even given the information I needed for DHL transaction, and yet I have to pay something again. I'm like, I'm blown away with this one. And then he says, the money will be returned to you. We only use it for 15 minutes and will be refunded again. Like, come to think of it, you are the seller, and if you are, what you call this one, if you really care for your customer, at least do something in your end. If you, like, he's asking me to send the money, that 200 something, 278 something, and then he will be refunding the money back to me within 15 minutes. How he's gonna be refunding it to me? I used Western Union and his bank account is like in direct something transfer, via transfer. Like, I don't understand. So I said, no, like, no, this is not supposed to be. Like, he says it has to be finished. And I said, how come you can't do it yourself? I don't have money anymore. And if it's only 15 minutes, then you have to do it yourself. Like, I'm not doing it. Or else just return back the money and forget about the plans. And that's where it started. Like, oh my God, I got scammed. And then he sent me a tracking. So basically, he sent me a tracking number, and it says here it hasn't been activated because I have to pay first for the transaction number to be activated. Like, that is ridiculous. I've never dealt with this kind of, issue before. And then he sent me different photos of different people, and he actually convinced one person, which I'm really thankful that he's my friend now on Instagram. He's from Israel, and he actually purchased a plant from him before, but then he kind of held back, I guess, and he wanted to um, get a deeper information from that seller and do some research first before buying, because he's very pushy, I guess. So you guys, I called that person from Israel or Israeli, and that person, the seller, were trying to say something differently to him, which that person from Israeli is more into my side than that to that, you know, that Indonesian seller. So I'm really thankful to you. I forgot his name, Gabi or something. And yeah, he sent me all of this BS, and I said this is baloney. I'm not. I'll have to ask my friends for this concern. Like, my friends that I'm referring are the people I bought a plants from international, from Indonesia, because this is crazy. Like you said, I've never dealt with this kind of issue before. It's hard to, I don't know, it's just that I'm so gullible right away that I didn't really do a background check and jump to the prices, I guess. My camera keeps on shutting off because it's way too long. Anyway, as I was saying, if you guys see a plant that, you know, one person is selling it for this type of price, which is expensive, and this one is cheaper, you guys have to do your research first, because there is something hidden behind those, you know, I guess prices, which I don't know why I did not think about and realizing everything in at the beginning, which I'm really stupid. On that last payment that he was asking me, I don't really fall into it. I kept telling him, if you don't, you know, refund my money, I'm gonna call the law enforcement and blah 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 blah. So it ended up, he keeps on pushing and pushing and pushing, and he was saying about 15 minutes, and then he from 278 he lessened it to 170 something, and then after 170 he says, okay, I'm gonna do this in my part and then you do the half. So he says, I'll pay 140 and then you do the thing on your, like, on your end. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm going to call the police. I'm gonna tell them this and that, da 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 da. And then he ended up telling to another person. So one person communicate with me, like I had a conversation with this person. He used the Indonesian customs logo, and he was telling me very, like, he belittled me, like he told me that I'm a psycho because I'm not understanding what he's saying. Literally, that person's grammar are not, you know, I'm not a native English speaker. Like I am not perfect. My, you know, my English is not good as well, but this person's grammar was like totally like, I don't know, you can't even understand. I don't know. So he told me that I'm a psycho and get a treatment. So I got pissed and called that person. So he also told me that I am stupid. So I called that in the middle of the night, and I was yelling on the phone because he was telling me that this and that, and I said, excuse me, like, do you know what you're talking about? I'm not the one, you're not the one I am dealing with, and you are not the seller. I don't want to talk to you. Like, if you have any issues to me, you can talk to the seller. I don't have any issues to you, or something like that. I have all the conversations. I did photograph and videotape on it, because I will be, I showed it to the BTPN, and I called the law enforcement here in Canada. here at public, like the police closer to me, and they will be calling me in a day or two, they said, because I don't know, I'm busy, I guess. So I reported a fraud, and I'm really hoping that I'll be able to get the money back. I phoned the Indonesian bank. They said that there's no guarantee that I'll be getting the money. What they can do is freeze or frozen the account of the person there for the meantime until further investigation happen. And for the meantime, I have to call the police here, since I didn't really use PayPal account. I used Western, and they said they couldn't refund the money because it's already completed when I sent it. So just be cautious, you guys. I just want to give you advice. I don't want to go again further. I just want to give you advice. If you are a plant beginner and you are an avid fan of buying internationally, especially Indonesia, please be careful. Especially now these days, maybe that person has a reason to do this kind of illegal thing, but it's really sad. You guys, people think from Indonesia, sorry for this, but people think from Indonesia thinks Canadian and US residents have tons of money, like they have a lot of money. So if they buy plants from them, the prices there are like gone crazy, like, you know. So I don't know, I just want to give you a piece of advice. If you guys wanted to buy plants internationally, please do a thorough background check, and ask friends, or get to know that person first before you jump into buying plants like what I did. I am telling you guys, I feel like I was hypnotized. I got took advantage of that person, and I'm blown away, like I don't know what to do. Now I feel like giving up. I could care less with the money, like I said, but I just want to spread the words. And also, I'm really thankful to the Indonesian Customs and Excise. They reached out on me about the concern I had, and they said that as an institution, we are trying to handle the scam attempt, claiming as Customs and Excise officer, we will inform and increase people's awareness of this kind of a scam. So I'm really glad that it spread out, like my words spread out and reached the words to them. And also I'm really happy, guys, because you guys keeps on sending me messages on my Instagram, how am I, and the support, the empathy, just I'm blown away. Although I'm bombarded with a lot of questions, and still I'm really grateful from you guys. Plant community are the best. So I guess that's all, guys. Just be careful the next time, and that's a lesson learned from me. And I hope to see you on my next video. I didn't show you any plants today because I'm not really in myself. I just want to vent out, and I wanted to share with you what my experience from this seller. But if you guys know this seller, just be careful. He blocked me on my WhatsApp, and he also blocked me on Instagram, and some of my friends also, that person blocked their account. So yeah, guys, that's all for this video, and I hope you guys learned something from me as well. And I'm very, very sorry because it's my ignorance, my carelessness, and stupidity that got me into this point. I guess thank you guys for listening, and thank you for watching this video, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.